KUSH then at the communities. Let us watch it as a community lens. Okay. The usage of drugs among young people has been in an increase than all the years then, more especially now. Kamara, the Executive Director for Social Linkages for Youth Development and Childing, for short SLYDC, we work with drug users in Sierra Leone. Drugs don't they increase, more especially KUSH. When the war done in this country, the TRC report even quote and say 85% of those that fought the war in this country, we don't take drugs or any kind of substance. But when it reached for demobilization and reintegration to society, we not be looked at partly. We just demobilize them, reintegrate them to society. These are the people that took drugs to our community. Before 2000, drug was not in communities in Sierra Leone. We don't see this thing don't grow up that we community now, it don't go out of hands. We are going to lose a lot of young people if government not come. We don't reach a public health pandemic stage now. We need to raise public health emergency. We need to put a drug-related issue as a radical inclusion into we programs. Because if we able to put radical inclusion into the educational institution of picking them where they get better where they school, we allow them for continue school, we for talk about drugs and what. In first term, it was free and quality. And now he's talking about human capital development and feed Sierra Leone. Those that are supposed to be beneficiary on that program are dying in the hands of drugs or are slaves to drugs. KUSH then at the communities. Let us watch it as a community lens. Okay. The usage of drugs among young people has been in an increase than all the years then, more especially now because of synthetic drug. Any country synthetic drug don't come. It's easily accessible, it's affordable, and it's cheap. It's outside. KUSH used to come, but KUSH is no longer coming. KUSH is now being produced in this country. So, if they produce KUSH there with all the ingredients, chemicals they put in KUSH, again for make this country get a bondage on in public health system. As we there as a country, the health system strengthen a week. We don't get Ebola, we don't get more slide, and we don't get COVID. All that don't shock we health system. Now combined with the present narrative where they go on, it's not good for this country. KUSH there in an increase, government for team up, and this is a multi-sectoral approach. It is not just one ministry. Every corner of this country, even residential area, you need to where they use drug. And drug is no longer only a urban issue. It don't go to the rural communities. If you go to rural communities now, people that will be get energy for work are no longer working. You see them every day sleeping in towns, and they are supposed to go to the farms to farm, but they are no longer going there. So we really need to put things in place and use the community lens for go after the supply route. In drug-related issue, we get 3 policies related with the work towards drug. One, we get the supply route. The supply route, now they will pay emphasis for demand reduction. Demand reduction, now National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, now they get slow right. But that entity is illegally budgeted for the 208 Drug Act which came into being when that cocaine plane land from Venezuela to this country. By them, the country not be get a law for even try those that came with the cocaine plane. The then government in 2008 and the then parliament rushed to give us an act under a certificate of emergency. From where that act become more, we civil society organizations where they work with drug-related issues say it was discriminatory to the users and even people within the community. But from where that law come out in 2008 to now, in President in first term, in 10th of May 2018, that the first opening of Parliament, and they say in government will review the 2008 drug law. We supposed to review that 2008 drug law and give her a human rights and public health approach. We just they reach out to them drug users with all facilities where I don't can show you now because of the public health approach, where the United Nations say if we want to attain the UHC, which is the universal health coverage, no one left behind, despite that population or that person in crime where they do, but government for provide health care for them. They don't place the young people then into bad situation where you know go organ fine for the development, organ fine for the workforce in future. For Kush use don't start from age 9 going forward. You see pikin dem, some places dem dey, if you pass around, you see pikin dem don desert from their home, dem just dey na dem places dem now where they sell drugs. Some of them are waiting for make dem die. If you go see pikin dem, pikin dem, how Kush don treat them, they will never come again out. They just dey there. Waiting and get 9 and eat, waiting and get 9 and take Kush. These places are there and they are in communities. It is very horizontal to this country. Now we drop in center, we treat so foot them, but you know, overwhelming. We don't get medications there again for reach out to them. And all what they cry for more could get a rehabilitation for this country. May government be the person where they head the campaign. One, let us trade the supply route. Whoever is selling drugs in our community, that person in the house, the city councils, the government, the communities will come up with a bylaw. Any house where they sell Kush, or any community or any apparatus where they make a Kush, that place will be seized. We cannot continue to protect few people where they carry with Kush, where they sell Kush to the community, that they get money on the expense of with future generation. We are losing them in the hands of Kush. So this is a clarion call for all Sierra Leoneans. Kush has gone to all households in this country now, by look of things. This drug don't go now even the influential houses, homes them, and calm down. So this not to me brother not they take us. So till next tomorrow, you don't know your brother, you don't see him. Your brother they honor or other person they honor. The advantage of Kush is not the smell like marijuana. But what they don't left marijuana now, they say now old time. Now that they take this substance. Medically, they always tell we say anybody with food swear, either in kidney not a function or in heart not a function. And that is the situation. I am calling again for we medical and personnel then. Let them come in and do more research into the present state of young people waiting this Kush to do to them. We want a medical expert them, make a research, because all the drugs where they take at the end, now the health sector, now they all the end. Let us try and do a comprehensive study, the narrative of drug in this country. Since after the war, where United Nations Office on Drug and Crime support this country, up to now, we will not get any research for sure. How many drugs in the country, the percentage of female where they on drugs, the percentage of male where they on drugs, the percentage of young people or children where they on drugs. Majority of people where they use drugs, we get picking them, then picking them. If they no more, then and they together, then picking themselves, they end up of become drug users. Alcohol again, a drug, not a substance. They locally breed alcohol, they kill young people then. At the end, people we don't get cancer, we don't develop other things for even do one dialysis surgery or dialytic therapy is about $5,000. No Sierra Leonean all day we go able to get $5,000 for 1 hour for get a therapy from a dialysis. Sierra Leone get a impoverished health system. On Fridays, you have a lot of house parties. Young people goes to these house parties, both male and female. It's a blind party. You go there, people they sex without condom negotiation. We are on a bondage. National HIV Secretariat said we have 78,000 people, which is 1.1% of our population. And now just 24,000 they on treatment. The balance they go and share. Taking somebody for one marijuana and take him to Pademba Road for 5 years. That person government they spend nearly about 200,000 a day. So the international community, even in America, the British way they don't fit. Now then they say the money will they spend by incarceration, more support the harm reduction for rehabilitate them people than they. So people they go to Pademba Road or go to prisons for one marijuana or for one offense.
They are happy being there because
they are happy. They are relaxed. And again, and then they go land bad thing there, and then they come out for becoming hardcore criminal, a hardcore drug users. Ownership now very key into this with drug related issue. If we have a community ownership and a community lens, my sister, within the space of 2 weeks, will see that this drug will minimize. It is a simple economics. The higher the supply, the higher the demand. The lower the supply, the lower the demand. If the demand is lower, the market is lower, we cannot see a lot of young people. Like this community where you can meet with, There are nearly about 7 to 8 places where they sell, and they are in communities and from homes and they sell them. So if we put a bylaws seizing those schools, training those that are targeting, and put them to law for where the law takes in course, we will see and say the supply route. After fuel, food, the third entity in a drug, they get money. We get a lot more about them. We don't die. We don't go to the lab, they don't produce them here. You get people the way they test them. Some people the way they test them, from there they sit down, they die straight. Yes, because the percentage or the chemical reaction, you get about them, then just they know for become testers. This community will get one way be the testers, but we don't lost about 3 months ago in that same practice. We are losing brilliant young people. We get initiative, but the young people presently get appetite for these drugs because of it is available, accessible, and very cheap where everybody will able to buy. The advantage where you get in all the pool smell. And the woman the more way they in for seller again. When you go to entertainment center at night, you just sit down and they watch. A lot of games they pass in this country. Any country we thrive with drug, it becomes a failed country. Women, then they do their missions then at beach, at other places, you see them. Because you see woman, they get them. Again, point of 40 said, that thing you just they come. Somebody they will sit down with and they collect the money. This person. If you see the way how the game they approach, me and you there, somebody don't sell about 20. Oh, you don't know. But past you go on the street, you see a lot they happen. And now this thing don't go to the schools. We get a meeting in our community where they tell we say, Robbie, made butterscotch with kush. And it is going out to our school. School they can't open. And they call upon parents them. Make we advise what you picking and they eat in the house. They got picking and they on kush again. And then when they take kush, they can't eat the yagbade about them. They know the yagbade no more, so na few no more. But they want them more within the game. The next thing we get na perversion for sex. And they go to sex without condom negotiation. They go into sex blinded with people they don't know. It can dismay for see, you see 3 or 4 young girls, beautiful they are passing, where all they go, now one man then they go use them. You say you party where the pass, you don't know his status. So we just sit down a time bomb. The education really needs to go down. Presently now, education and attack the supply route.